Hi everyone, this is Hannah from Oscha Slings, and today we're going to be chatting all about our pocket weave slings and weave structure. First of all, I'm going to see if I can add this video to Clan Oscha so that you can all join me. Perfect, I have joined it into our community group Clan Oscha now. So do say hello once you have joined me this afternoon. And I'm looking forward to receiving any of your questions that you have about pocket weave slings or anything else, Oscha, that you'd like to chat to me about this afternoon. We have a special offer at the moment where we're offering 10% off our pocket weave slings until Monday at 4 o'clock. So if you have been looking to try a pocket weave sling, there hasn't been a better time to give it a go. So do let me know if there's something that you're contemplating. I think I've got all but one here that we've got on the website. Hi Anne. Lovely to have you here. Do let me know where you're tuning in from today. Hi Christian. Welcome to my live video this afternoon where we're covering our pocket weave slings here at Oscha. And I'm going to show you how the structure works, and then I'll give you a little demo of the different slings that we've got in stock at the moment. So first of all, I'm going to show you a little piece of fabric here, which is an offcut of three of our pocket weave slings. And this way I'm going to be able to show you how the weave structure works. So this is our Okinaami Viridian sling, and this scrap piece here, this offcut here, shows how the weave structure works. So we've got an ecru warp, and then we have this beautiful jungle green Viridian weft. And the warp and weft, you can see there's two pieces of cloth already created. So there's simple weave structure on the top here, and you've got that piece of cloth, and then you also have this piece here already woven together. And then as this is created across the weave of the sling, as it's woven on the loom, where the warp and the weft interact with each other, then there is a transition of colours from the bottom to the top. So you're getting that really sort of sharp colour contrast from the warp and the weft. And that's quite different to many of our other slings. With our standard weave structure, you get a lot more combination of the colours there. So this one, you can really see that gorgeous contrast. So you've got this sharp green on the top here, and then as it interchanges on the underside of the fabric, you have the pure ecru colour on the other side. And what happens with this pocket weave structure is you capture pockets of air in the middle, and these air pockets go all the way through. So wherever you're seeing this interchange, they're kind of anchored down there and they're visible on the other side. But in between here, so for the Okinaami pattern, you can see it almost a kind of pillow effect, like a cushion effect, all the way along the sling. And in between these gaps here are little pockets of air, and that's what adds the cushiness. So it adds a wonderful cush. Now, with these slings, you're getting that lovely cushiness from the fabric, from the weave structure, and from those pockets of air. But the way that it's woven and the pick rate that we've used actually makes for quite a lightweight sling. So it's not going to feel hot for the summer, or it's not going to be too bulky for a newborn, yet you have that lovely cushy support if you're carrying a heavier baby. So that's generally how it works. If you do have a pocket weave sling, then you can sort of figure out the areas which are pocketed and which areas are anchors. So you can kind of pull the fabric apart, and you can play around with figuring out which parts are pocketed, which parts have got pieces of air in between, and which parts are anchors. So do let me know if you have any questions specifically about that, and I will do my best to answer them. And if we need to bring Carmen, our designer, into the conversation, then we can get a Q&A with her on the clan perhaps. So do let me know if there's any other questions, and if I can't answer them here, then we'll get Carmen, expert designer, to help us figure everything out. So Christiane is asking, it's interesting, do you do any pocket weave wrap throws exist yet? No, they don't actually. I wonder whether that would be possible in a throw. I presume it would be, and yeah, that could make quite a cool throw. I think we did an experiment for a pocket weave baby blanket. I think it was called Zorro. It was definitely in the Zorro pattern. It was a blue and ecru. But I think that was a kind of a prototype that we did for a baby blanket, which was quite nice because it's nice and kind of soft and fluffy. But I believe it was the same fabric as, the same or similar fabric as to what we would use in the slings. But I'll check with Zoe on that one actually, Christiane, and I'll get back to you on that one. So Yuan Lee is asking, does the pattern influence the level of Cush in a pocket weave wrap? For example, Okanami with large spaces versus Shire with more details. So yes, I would say it probably does influence it a little bit. I'm actually just going to feel these right here and give you a little bit of a comparison. So this is the Okanami Viridian that I've got here, and it feels very spongy in hand, very soft. It's 100% organic combed cotton, this one, and that's the same as the Shire Bywater, which is this one here. And I'm just having a wee feel of that just now to compare. I think this one, like you say, it's got an all over pattern. So I think you're probably not getting quite as much of a cushy feel, but it's still certainly more cushy and spongy than a regular weave. But yeah, I'm probably feeling this one being a little bit more because it does have sort of wider spaces in terms of the pockets of air that are trapped in between, and this one's a little bit more densely woven, and that's probably well, it's more dense because of the pattern structure, and that's probably why this one is a tiny little bit heavier. So it's 260 GSM, whereas this one is 225. So it probably does have a little bit to do with that, because there's more areas where the fabrics or the yarns are crossing over each other, then there's more density in the overall sling. Yes, Christiane, it's Zorro River, absolutely, that's what we've tried out before, but we don't have anything else coming at the moment, but that's an interesting idea. So I am going to first of all show you the Okanami Viridian. I thought I would go ahead and pop this on as a front wrap cross carry, and you can let me know if you've got any questions at all about it. And I just want to show you it in real life as well, because sometimes when you see the fabrics up close, you get a real appreciation for them. And this as well, as I say, it's 225 GSM, so it's actually classed as quite a lightweight sling, but because it's got that kind of pocketed structure, it feels really it feels more supportive than you would find a 225 sling traditionally would be quite a lightweight sling, and we would advise it probably for, well, certainly for the hot weather, but for younger babies. Whereas this one, I would say you could definitely carry an older child in this sling, because it has that extra cushioning on your shoulder, and it does have that extra kind of structure of support as well. So I'm just going to position the wave. Oh, I've got quite small babies, so you might not see the full wave there. Create my pouch, gather everything together, and you can see the kind of density of the fabric there. It's not bulky at all. Get my baby. And I'll just pop them into the sling. So this is 100% organic combed cotton, so it's going to be really easy care, very, very easy to wash and wear and use, and as I say, it is perfect for newborns all the way up. There we go. Lovely. And it's got quite a good kind of balance of grip and glide. You know, I'm feeling it's quite, you can see that beautiful colour on the reverse. So that's the other side. So you could choose that side if you wanted to wrap with it like that. And it has a lovely spongy feel. And this one's been through our soft touch finishing, and it is so, so lovely to the touch. So I'm just tightening that all now, and I'll do the other side here so you can see that. It's got a lovely kind of soft ecru tone with that lovely kind of viridian rich green. I know a few of you were after green wraps recently. I think this is a really lovely version. So I'll just pop that on. So like I say, you could definitely use this sling from newborn all the way up until toddlerhood, and you know, you could go for multi-layer carry as well if you wanted to as your baby gets bigger, but I don't think it's completely necessary. For those of you who have tried Pocket Weave already, you'll be able to let everyone know how good it feels. So there we go. So that's the front wrap cross carry in the Okanami Viridian that we have in the lovely Pocket Weave, and you can kind of just feel that extra level of cush on the shoulder, which is really, really lovely. There we go. And what I thought I would do is I'll just continue to wear this one at the moment and show you the Shire Bywater. So it's exactly the same warp and weft as the Okanami Viridian, and what you'll find with the Pocket Weave slings is that you actually have getting 2 layers of cloth there overall. So they are a little bit more expensive, and to do with the certainly the weave structure and the technical details that are required for this sling, that's why they are a little bit more expensive than our regular weave structured slings, but you really do get that added quality of the kind of cushy wrap structure and wrapping qualities. So I'll bring the details of this one closer for any Middle Earth fans that we have watching today. The Pocket Weave structure of this one really lends itself to showing all those details in the Shire wrap. So because there's so much going on in this beautiful pattern, and the kind of like storybook type pattern, you know, you've got the hobbit hole and there's wildlife and creatures throughout. It can be a really lovely one to sit and appreciate and examine, especially with your little ones. And the Pocket Weave really makes the 2 colours stand out really well. So I think it's nice to kind of take a closer look of the Shire Bywater for this, which is great. And then on the same colourway we have the Jungles. This is the ring sling. I've picked out ring sling. We've got ring slings and wraps available in most of these, and what I'll do is I'll pop the ring sling on and chat to you a little bit about the ring sling qualities as well, and do let me know if you have any comments or questions about the Pocket Weave designs that we have available. And for those of you who missed the beginning of the video, we covered the weave structure there as well, and we also mentioned our 10% promotion that we have just now. So certainly with a Pocket Weave sling, you know, you're going to receive the benefits of that extra cush, whether it's a wrap or a ring sling. So if you're a ring sling lover, or if you're looking for something with a little bit more cushioning, a little bit more padding on the shoulder, then the Pocket Weave really does help with that as well. And the kind of supportive nature, of course, of the sling. So this is our jungle pattern, which some of you will be very familiar with and others may not have spotted it so far on our website. So this is our one and only jungle pattern that we have available at the moment, and you can see the leopard here resting on the branch, and parrot in the sky there, and you really are getting a lovely effect with the pocket weave here too. And what the difference with this one is that we have an additional structure going on where you're getting the kind of mid-tone here, so you get the kind of depth of fields within the foliage, and you can see you've got the kind of creatures picked out, or the tree picked out in that solid colour, and then you have this lovely mid-tone in the middle and that darker full viridian green coming in as well. So it adds another dimension to the colour and the look and the feel of the sling. It's a really fun design, and I think it's particularly nice for, I guess, the summertime and for wee ones as well, picking out those features in the sling. So I'll pop this on as a ring sling and can show you how that kind of works as such. I think I saw somebody there who was saying that they've had their eyes on this one, so hopefully this will help you see it in real life. So I'll just get my ring sling prepared and see how that goes. So first things first with the ring sling, we always want to make sure that there's no twisting going on here in the rings. I kind of bring that all out like a corsage. So though you have a kind of lighter weight sling, you know, it is feeling quite nice and airy to wear, even though you do have those two layers of fabric. It's just in terms of the way it's woven, actually doesn't add bulk to the sling, as you might with a hybrid sling for structure and support. So I'm just going to pop my baby into this one, and here we go. So again, the jungle viridian has been through our soft touch finishing process, which means it's really lovely and pretty much broken in right away. I'm just going to sit my baby onto the rope of the fabric. You can see that lovely colour all the way around. Bring this up over baby's bottom, and then you can see the lovely design features of the ring sling. So if you're looking for a ring sling, maybe for they can be great for little ones, you know, for newborns or for toddlers if you're looking for something with quick ups and downs. Glides nicely through the sling. It's very grippy, which is lovely when you're tightening a ring sling. It kind of glide through the rings nice and easily there, but it also feels nice and grippy all the way along. I've got a pleated shoulder here today, so you can see that there, and I do feel a little bit extra cushiness there, which is lovely to feel. There we go. So that's the jungle viridian in the ring sling. And this one's also available in a wrap as well. So the last sling that I want to show you today is the Augmented Lunai Vision. And it's pretty special. It's got a couple of added elements going on in this sling. So first of all, it's been woven on a really bright, gorgeous fuchsia wrap. I'm just going to check. I've got a question from Jasmine. How do you think this would hold up with a heavy toddler as a wrap, not a ring sling? Yes, I think it's going to be a perfect sling for a heavier toddler. To be honest, it's a really good summer option because it's quite lightweight. It's 257 GSM, so you're getting a lightweight sling with an extra kind of support from that pocket weave structure. I do think it would be good with a heavy toddler. I haven't tried it with a heavy toddler, so perhaps if there's anyone here or in Clan Oscha that could give you a first-hand experience. But from what I'm feeling in terms of carrying with the doll, and from what I've heard from other customers, certainly the pocket weave slings are supportive for heavier toddlers. And you know, certainly if you were to try it with a double layer carry, like a double hammock or something on the back, it would be absolutely perfect, and you definitely feel the benefit on your shoulders, having those extra pockets of air trapped in between the two layers. So yeah, I would say it would be a good one for toddlers. So this is Augmented Lunai Vision, and this sling is really vibrant. It's gorgeous in real life, and I'm going to try and show you those special kind of look and feel of this one. Hopefully the sun is not playing game with me this afternoon. I'm sorry about that, but I will hopefully be able to show you the kind of shimmer that's coming from this gorgeous sling. So I will take my jungle Viridian off, and I'll show you a little bit more about the Augmented Lunai Vision this afternoon. Okay, perfect. So this has been woven on a bright Fuchsia Warp, believe it or not. So we've really played with the colours of this sling. So we have two different weft colours coming along in this pocket weave sling. One weft colour is a bright orange. Some of you might remember the Raja. We did a lovely Raja on the Fuchsia Warp with the orange weft, and I think it was a Zorro as well. And I'm going to try and bring it a little bit closer for you to see. Okay, I think you're seeing a little bit more here, where you're getting this lovely kind of shimmery effect of where the two alternating orange and blue weft yarns come across the fabric. So I just want to show you that close up because it's really quite special in real life. And I'll demo with this one, and I'll give you a little bit more information about the blend as well. So you can see that lovely mystical pattern, our Augmented Lunai pattern, with the waning and waxing moons across it. So first of all, I'm going to pop this on, and I'm going to chat to you a little bit more about the weave structure and the different yarns that we've got going on here. So as I've mentioned, we have the Fuchsia Warp, and then we have the two alternating wefts. Now the Fuchsia Warp is actually an Egyptian Mako cotton warp. So Egyptian Mako cotton is a long staple yarn. It's a very luxurious yarn, and it's incredibly shimmery and shiny. So it adds this lovely kind of luster to the sling and to the colours. So that's in the warp, and then in the weft we have the there's a blue in organic combed cotton for one pick, and then we have the second yarn is an orange tencel. So the tencel adds another layer of shimmer as well. So when I'm seeing it up close, you can really see the lovely kind of shimmery sections of the sling. Hopefully I can. The sun is a little bit. It's not quite in the right place for me today, but I'll see if I can get some photos for you afterwards and show you then. So overall, we've got some lovely colour mixing going on. So when you've got the orange and the blue together, you're getting this lovely purple tone. So it's a real kind of purpley pink all over. And I'm just going to show you in a quick front wrap cross carry tied under bum for this one. Now you can see it's a little bit more bouncy in terms of its drape, and that's because it hasn't been through our soft touch finishing, I don't think, so it will maybe take a little bit longer to soften up, and the nature of the Mako cotton will just take a little bit longer to soften, but it's still very easy to use and comfortable to use straight away. But it has got that lovely kind of life of its own when I'm wrapping with it, so you can see that. So, I'll tighten all this up now. So you can see that lovely shimmer, kind of orangey, kind of pinky coral on the back of the fabric. And then you can see that how it translates into that lovely purple on the front. We've got an arm out here. Tuck that back in. Okay, and then I'll tighten the other side as well. And then I'm going to just tie this one in a double knot under bottom, and then you can see that the lovely colours of this sling. Just make sure I've got a nice knee to knee position of this one. Nice and tight under bum. And I'm using a size 3 for this. My base size is a size 5, so I can do a front wrap cross carry and I can tie it under the bum, which is actually a really lovely summer carry as well. It feels very nice and airy for me around the back, and gives a lovely effect at the front with the tails. So there we go. That's Augmented Lunai Vision. And as it catches the light and moves, the fabric moves, you kind of see an almost kind of shimmery kind of effect that goes across, almost a kind of shot effect or kind of metallic effect that you can kind of see in the fabric when you see it up close. So it's really one to see in real life, this one. And again, as it's the pocket weave, you've got some lovely sections of pocketed fabric. You can feel all of the kind of open areas here are pocketed, so you have a nice kind of movement of air and a little bit extra cush on your shoulders, and a really bright and colourful, beautiful sling for the summer. And I should mention the GSM of this one as well. So it's 241 GSM, so it's a really lovely lightweight sling. It maybe doesn't feel quite as kind of cushy as the others because of the different yarns used and the fact that it hasn't been through that soft touch finishing process, but it will get there. And if you just do a little bit of breaking in, then you will have a really lovely soft sling, and it's feeling nice and comfy as well, and it just has that lovely beautiful texture and colour combination. So Rachel's saying, sorry, I may have missed this, but is the Augmented Lunai more slippy or grippy? So I would say, in all honesty, it's probably a little bit more slippy than the 100% organic cotton, and I think that's due to the Mako Egyptian cotton and the Tencel. But if you're knotting, I mean, a front wrap cross carry tied under bottom maybe isn't the best for this one, but as long as you've got a really nice deep seat, knee to knee, and you've got a really nice secure knot, you know, baby's not going anywhere. And once it's tied into that kind of knot, it feels grippy, but it's a little bit more slidey to the kind of touch, but certainly that is feeling nice and grippy, and I think it's partly to do with the weave structure as well, that you're feeling that there. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's slippy, it's just maybe doesn't maybe feel quite as grippy as the other ones. I don't know if that is very much help, because it's not certainly not slipping around, but it's it kind of glides quite easily, this one. You know. I hope that helps, Rachel. So Audrey is asking, and pocket weave for summer, is that a good idea? Yes, I would say it is a good idea with these pocket weaves that we have here. They're really nice and lightweight. The Okanami, you know, is 225 GSM, which is one of the lightest kind of slings that you will come across. It probably will feel a little bit thicker than a non-pocket weave in hand, but it's airy, it doesn't feel hot. It's cotton, they're all natural materials, so they breathe quite well anyway, and they're really easy care and washable for the summer as well. And you know, like I say, if you are using maybe a single layer carry, like I've got this in the front wrap cross carry without the passes spread over, you know, single layer over my baby, I'm nice and airy on my back. So I think if you're using the right carry, then absolutely, I would certainly go for a pocket weave like this in the summer months for sure. It's a really nice option to be able to have that lovely soft cushiness on your shoulders, especially if you're not wearing a lot of clothing in the summer as well. You know, you can just make sure to kind of wear the bare minimum underneath, and you'll be really comfortable. So I would say yes. Great. So if there are no more questions, then I think that's my summary of our pocket weaves that we have in stock at the moment, with our 10% off offer, which is already applied on the website. What I would say is there's one other Middle Earth design, the Doors of Durin Narvi, and I don't think there's many of those ones left in stock, so if you were keen, if you're a fan of Middle Earth and you've been eyeing that one up, I don't have it here to show you, but you can definitely check it out on the website. That was our Jungle Viridian, our Okanami Viridian, our Shire Bywater, and our Augmented Lunai Vision. So I hope you've enjoyed my video this afternoon. I will be back on Tuesday with our brand new releases for next week, and I can't wait to chat to you then. Oh, I've just had one wee question in from Melissa, so I'm going to answer that. Sorry, as it's a bit okay. Oh, okay, yes. So I'm wrestling to break in my Sekai Subtle. Will it become soft and cushy even with it being a compact pattern? So Melissa, I think the Sekai Subtle, I know exactly the sling that you're referring to here. It has been woven in a really dense way, in a really dense weave structure. So I think that it may become soft. It will become soft in terms of to the touch, but I don't know if it will become super soft in terms of actually tying your knots and kind of moulding around you and your baby. I think that maybe eventually it will do, but it's really quite a kind of strong wrap, so it's very supportive, but it is certainly one that will take quite a while to break in, and I'm not sure that it will ever have that drape. So what we mean by drape, in case you're not familiar, is how does it drape in hand? You know, how does it kind of flow in hand and feel and sort of move around you and your baby? And I think with the way the Sekai Subtles has been woven, it's just not going to have that same drapeability. So in terms of you know, using it with your little one, you might find that it may never get there is what I'm saying. So it sounds like you have been breaking it in, you know, really well, and I think while it will soften, you're probably not going to get that kind of drape just because of the structure of it. Hopefully that's helpful. Let me know if I can help any further, Melissa. It would also be interesting to know if anyone in Clan Oscha has tried the Sekai Subtle and whether they've had any luck in really breaking it in, and you know, if perhaps we could check in there and see if there's any tips or how they've gotten on with it. But yeah, certainly it's a very dense weave structure, that one. So good luck with it, but do let us know if we can give you any more advice or help. Great, okay, wonderful. Well, thanks so much for joining me this afternoon, and I really look forward to chatting with you all next week. So I'll see you Tuesday. Thanks everyone, and join us in Clan Oscha for any further chatter about our pocket weave slings or anything else Oscha. Thank you, bye bye.